After months of hearing about the event, it was finally time to experience DRIVEN Edmonton for myself. As soon as I arrived, it was clear this wasn't just another car show. From imports and exotics to custom builds, vendors, businesses, and enthusiasts from all over the city, there was something happening in every corner of the venue. One of the things I love most about events like this is the variety. No matter what part of the automotive culture you're into, there's always something that catches your attention. For most people, Edmonton is known for its oil and gas industry, but what surprised me the most was just how strong and diverse the automotive scene really is out there. As I started making my way through the show, there was one area that seemed to have a constant crowd surrounding it. And throughout the day, I kept finding myself drawn back to it. But before we get into that, I wanted to take some time to explore everything else DRIVEN Edmonton had to offer. I was honestly really impressed by the variety the show had to offer and how many people came out to it. One of the best parts about these events is seeing the creativity and passion people pour into their builds. Every corner of the show seemed to bring something completely different to the table. Whether it was wild custom builds, clean show cars, or businesses showcasing what they do, there was no shortage of things to see. As much as there was one major attraction pulling crowds throughout the day, it's the people and the builders and the variety of the community that makes events like DRIVEN so special. No matter where I went through the show, one area seemed to keep drawing people in, and that reason was Akira Nakai. And honestly, a year ago, I probably wouldn't have understood why, but now I know. Last year, I watched Akira Nakai build a Porsche at DRIVEN Calgary, and at the time, I had no clue who he was. I saw the crowds, I saw the car, and I knew something important was happening. But I didn't fully understand why everyone was standing around this one builder. It wasn't until after the event that I started learning about his story, his impact on the automotive culture, and why enthusiasts from around the world travel just for a chance to have him personally build their car, and why crowds gather to watch him in person. That's when it clicked to me. I stopped seeing it as someone simply modifying a Porsche and started seeing it as live automotive art. Fast forward to DRIVEN Edmonton, and this time I had a completely different appreciation for what was happening. Before the doors opened and before the crowds arrived, I found myself standing inside Akira's workspace. It was such a cool experience. It was just me, the Porsche, his iconic chair I've seen in all his videos, his ashtray, and the anticipation of what was about to happen. It felt like the calm before the storm. At that moment, it was hard to imagine that within a few hours, this entire area would be packed with people watching every step of the process. But for me, in that moment, it was calm, quiet, and a super cool moment for me to just take it all in and be standing there all by myself, knowing what was about to come. As the day went on and Akira arrived, so did the huge crowds, and it was game time. It was actually super cool to see how this one man and his art is able to bring so many people together and inspire others. I was incredibly fortunate to be given access beyond the barriers and into the workspace itself during the build. Getting that close to the process was something I never expected I would get the opportunity to do. It gave me a chance to see the details, the moments, and perspectives that most people never get to see. Watching Akira work with all these people surrounding him was really fascinating. There was no rush, no unnecessary attention, just a craftsman completely focused on his work and in his zone. As the build continues to take shape, you could feel the anticipation growing around the workspace. Everyone was waiting to see the final result, and when it all came together, it was easy to understand why people travel from all over to witness this in person. I got to see the impact his work has firsthand, seeing the owner of the car stand there with his kids looking at the finished work as Akira peels off the famous RWB windshield badging and hand painting his famous signature onto the hood of the car. It was honestly a really cool experience, and now with me knowing this year round who he was, really made me appreciate the experience of being there and his work. Another highlight of the weekend was getting the chance to connect with some of the people in the community that I've previously featured through Redline High Spotlight series. I had the pleasure of finally meeting Tia and seeing her 2018 BMW F22 in person, now sporting a fresh new wrap since her feature with Redline High. I also got to spend some time with Scotty and his 2017 Subaru STI. As well as Joel, whose heavily modified Mini Cooper has become a familiar face within the community. Unfortunately, the Mini Cooper wasn't at the show this time around because Joel was busy volunteering with the Driven team and helping make the event happen behind the scenes. While I didn't get a ton of footage from those moments, it was incredible finally meeting some of these amazing people face to face after connecting through Redline High online. At the end of the day, that's really what this is all about. The cars bring us together, but it's the people and the friendships built along the way that make this community so special. I also had the opportunity to bring Redline High to the event and spend the weekend connecting with people from behind the booth. I really appreciate everyone who stopped by to share their stories, talk about their builds, and support the brand by picking up some merch. Every bit of support helps me continue doing what I love and growing Redline High. One of the coolest parts of the weekend was meeting people who already knew about Redline High through the Spotlight series or our new YouTube channel. Having people come out just to say hello, tell them they enjoy the content, and encourage me to keep going was an incredible feeling. It was a great reminder that what started as a simple idea is connecting with people and resonating within the community. Moments like this remind me that what started as an Instagram page has now grown into something much bigger than I ever expected. While Akira's build was undoubtedly one of the highlights of the weekend, there was still plenty more to experience throughout the show. One thing I love about events like Driven is simply taking the time to walk around and appreciate the incredible variety of vehicles on display. At the end of the day, everyone there who has a ride is just like Akira, showcasing their own artistic expressions through their builds. When you take the time to talk to these owners, like I do, you will see that they are just as talented, if not more, in what they do. I highly encourage people, when going to shows like these, take the time to talk to the owners, hear their stories, and hear the passion in their voices when telling you all about their amazing rides they have built and put on display for all of us to enjoy. Every build represents countless hours, sacrifices people have made, challenges they've overcome, and the passion that they have within themselves. Seeing all of that creativity gathered under one roof is something that will never get old. As the day came to an end, I found myself thinking about something I hadn't really considered before. Watching Akira work up close was an incredible experience, and after learning more about his story over the last year, I finally understood why so many people travel from around the world just to watch him build a car. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that he wasn't the only artist in the building. Every car at the show started with someone's idea, someone's vision, someone's late nights, their frustrations, and their victories. Whether it was a world-famous Porsche build, a custom show car, a race car, a truck, or someone's personal project, every vehicle here represented a piece of the person who built it. And I think that's what stood out to me the most about Driven Edmonton, and what I took away from the show this year. Everyone there was an artist. Coming into the weekend, I knew the show was going to be good, but I honestly didn't expect to be as impressed as I was by Edmonton's automotive culture. The quality of the builds, the variety of the vehicles, and the people behind them made this an experience I won't forget anytime soon. To everyone who brought a vehicle, supported a business there, volunteered, organized, or simply came out to be a part of the event, thank you for helping make this community what it is and putting it on full display for all of us to enjoy. And to everyone watching this at home, I hope this video gave you a small glimpse into what made this weekend so special. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and joining the journey as we continue exploring the people, builds, events, and stories that make this community what it is. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.